Hello beautiful world. For those of you who don't know who I am, my name is John, and I have decided to make this series to introduce you to my family. The family I started is a little bit different to most families. At this current day, it's made up of nearly 200 children for starters. I am not biologically the father of these children, but I am the one who started this family. I started this family after I boarded a plane to Tanzania because God told me to. I had never done anything like that before in my life. I'd never left Europe. I didn't know why I was going to Tanzania. I only knew that God had told me to go there. I had a vague idea because I'd been watching a video on YouTube of children suffering in poverty, and I cried out to God, someone should do something. And God laid it at my feet and said, perhaps you are someone who can do something. And so blindly, after some synchronistic events, I boarded a plane to Tanzania. 9 years later, the result of that is the family I'm going to introduce you to. This family, of course, is not my own. A great many people are behind it. Those in the world who have shared to make what we do possible. It's their family too. The head of this family is God, and it is God who brought me to that location in the world and placed the desires in my heart. But as the one who started everything, the one blessed enough to start it on behalf of God's will, then I feel a need to introduce you to those wonderful children in our family, and our family which is persistently growing and expanding, because I want the world to understand why not only our family, but the village we built to accommodate them is needed inside our human story. So this is Meet Our Share Tanzania family. The next child I want to introduce you to is Nimzana. Nimzana came into our family under very dramatic circumstances. I actually already knew her. We had made a decision with the family unit we are that keeping families together is our #1 priority. And so when we first meet families with special needs children, we do everything we can to make sure those families are comfortable, to make sure the child remains healthy, and to make sure mum and dad can stay together as a family unit and support their child as best they can in the situation they are in. This is exactly how it was when I met Nimzana. We were doing home support, and she lived only 2 kilometers away from where the children's village is now built. Sadly, a few months into this, the police arrived at our gate, and they were carrying Nimzana. They asked us if she could come to live with us under our protection. We sat and we listened that night, whilst her father was working as a security guard, that several men had came to the house of Nimzana where her mother was caring for her and started trying to break down the door. They were trying to break down the door because they wanted Nimzana. Unfortunately, there is a religious practice in the country of Tanzania made very famous regarding the protection of children with albinism and adults with albinism. That same religion believes that if you sacrifice a child with special needs, that you get great rewards from the spirits. That religion believes that the children are free of sin and pure, and this is why. These men actually shouted. I remember the social worker telling me, translating for me, that these men actually shouted through the window, "Pass the child through and we won't hurt you." Thankfully, the noise they made didn't break the door down, but did wake neighbours who were living some distance away. And the father and his sons came running to the aid of Nimzana and her mother, wielding machetes. They chased away these men who belonged to this witch doctor religion and left Nimzana and her mum at home, and her mum deeply shaken naturally. The police were called, and the police said, "We can't protect this child at your home, but we think we know a place where she can be safe." And so Nimzana's mum knew who we were and agreed it was best for her to come and live in our care. And so Nimzana moved in and has lived with us since. As her mother lives so close by, she comes to visit, which is obviously good news, and she comes regularly. Nimzana has severe cerebral palsy and she struggles a great deal. Even her chest muscles is very uncomfortable. She's persistently choking. We have to put a suction tube into her throat to be able to take that mucus out so she's not suffering so deeply. She has a very difficult time in the body that she has in this world. But despite that, her eyes are forever twinkling with love in my eyes, and she is persistently smiling. If you just touch her cheek, she smiles at you like you've given her the world in all truth. And she's a phenomenal little girl. This was my introduction as the one who started this family to the problem with this religion and special needs children in Tanzania. It's a problem we've faced going forward in the years, and this is why at the village we have high security. We have an armed response team for those interested, where you press a button and they arrive within 5 minutes. And on site we have Tanzania's and Africa's, they say, most feared tribe working as security, the Maasai tribe. And so every day and every night we have multiple Maasai warriors on site, and they are there to protect the children, to make sure everything's safe, and of course make sure nothing gets stolen as well, as security should. So Nimzana, due to her situation with her body, she can't attend education in a school. Getting her there is not possible. She does receive in-house therapy from our team, sensory, and she also gets the same activities all the other children will, cartoon time, story time, etc. But she just hasn't yet, sadly, been able to access any formal education. But we hope to continue expanding on our in-house education team so as we can make sure that children like Nimzana do get a chance to learn and to develop their mind as much as humanly possible, even if their body isn't able to do much with it. So this is Nimzana, and the second child in our series of Meet the Children of our family. God bless, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye. If you are feeling compelled to get involved with our family in some way, to help us to continue to provide a safe and loving home for children like the one you have seen in this video, all that we do is made possible by our partners. Our partners are from all around the world and come to us at all different levels. Ultimately, these partners take a percentage of the role of being a parent to these children who need one. If you are interested in finding out more about that, you can check out our website at sharetanzania.com/partnership for specific details on our partnership program. Beyond there are many other ways that you can get involved and help. You can simply share this video. You can spread the word on your social media. You may want to organize some fundraising events. You may want to just make a one-off contribution towards the immense costs that it takes to provide a loving and safe home for so many children, especially so many with special needs. No matter what, we welcome it all with open arms, because without you, we can't do this. Thank you for the love and support. We welcome any prayers. We believe deeply in this where we are in our lives. And we look forward to introducing the next member of our family in the next video of this series. God bless, guys. Bye.